How's it going, everybody? It is Andrew here from MAO Magic, and I'm here with the first generation Stratos card all-in-one credit card, which is basically going to have a few other competitors on the market, including Coin, Swipe, and Plastic. But then there are also the other competitors such as Google, Apple, and Samsung, all with contactless payment methods coming out there. When you first get Stratos, you're going to have a very nice looking box. You're going to have the card right on top, a few basic instructions, as well as a card reader. The one thing that makes this card reader a little bit different is you're going to capture more data than other card readers, such as the Square Reader for accepting payments, or the one that's included with your coin. And we're going to get into that in a minute. But first, let's take a look at the Stratos card itself. It's going to come in a few different color options, including this lighter version. Then you have a black version, all black, as well as a green, red, and blue one. You're going to have it inscribed on the front with your name and member number. You're going to have the 3 card selectors on the right, as well as that priority spot hanging out there on the left. Don't worry, we're going to get to those as well. If we take a look at the back of the card, you're going to notice one of the main differences between this and many of the competitors is 2 independent tracks. So most credit cards will have 3 different tracks on them, track 1, track 2, and track 3. Track 1 has some information, including your name and account number. Track 2 has your account number, but not your name. What makes Stratos card a little bit different than, say, another card out here on the market that's recently been shipping, the Coin, is Stratos captures both track 1 and track 2 data. Coin only uses track 2 data, which while it works in the majority of card readers, Stratos should have slightly higher compatibility with readers currently on the market. The Coin also has that e-ink display on the front, which is a little bit more of an advantage to that, as well as the fact that the Coin can hold 8 cards, and the Stratos can only hold 3 plus your 1 priority spot. So they both have a few advantages, Stratos being a little bit more compatible, and Coin holding more cards and having that the display, as well as the fact that you can use it without your phone because you can put in a PIN code, like a Morse code type pattern on it. The Stratos, it's either, you have 2 options, you either lose your phone or you have it without your phone and you can have it automatically shut down, or you can continue to use it, but then you lose security. The Coin has a little bit more security with it because you have that passcode option, but otherwise they're pretty similar as far as how that goes. The Stratos also is a membership program compared to the Coin, which is like a one-time payment for a 2-year card. The Stratos, you get a new card every year. So when they have new updates and features, that's where that comes in. The Stratos card reader, you're going to notice, is a little bit bigger than many of the other ones out there, and that's because this has to capture more data. That's why it actually has that included battery and everything. You have to pull the tab to get it going. When I actually first got mine, unfortunately, I could not use this for about a week because the card reader was broken and I had to deal with support and getting it replaced. I don't know if it had a bad battery or something, but once I got my card reader replaced, everything was good to go. You can see here we are comparing it to the Coin reader here in the middle, as well as the one on the right hand side, which is the Square reader. So you can see this is quite bigger than both these other two, but it is capturing that extra track of data, which improves that compatibility out there on the market. So considering you have to use this very rarely basically to put your stuff in, it's well worth the added bulk for a minor inconvenience. So why don't we go ahead and check out how to set up the Stratos itself. Once you open the app, you double tap the card, which is going to allow it to start to pair, and that's a method you're going to be using a lot, that double tapping the card, which is basically how you activate it anytime you want to go ahead and use a payment. It gives you a few little introduction screens here, basically telling you that it has 4 spots, 3 of them which are the normal card spots that you have that you can open up with the touch sensors, as well as that 4th priority spot, which you can load using the app. For instance, if you have a gift card or a store card that you don't regularly use. Obviously, then it allows them to connect you up to Facebook. So now this is where we're in the app here, so let's go ahead and add some cards. You simply tap on the add card button there at the bottom, tell it what type of card you're planning on add. So for this demonstration, we're just going to go ahead and add a credit card. You apply the reader and then simply swipe your card with the magnet stripe up. It'll take a second to scan in that data. It'll let you know that it's been verified. You can choose a card color, enter a name or a short description of that card, tell it what type it is. It'll automatically choose, so for this instance, it's an Amex. It'll automatically choose that Amex on that far right-hand side to bring in the card logo. You also can enter in the CVV or the security code on the back/front of your card, depending on what type of card it is. Once it's been added, here you can see we have a couple extra cards as well as the couple that I have loaded on to the Stratos itself. So I have my Amex and my Quicksilver on top, and then 2 different gift cards hanging out below. So all I have to do is drag one of those up, it'll pop it into that priority spot, which will remain the active card until I switch back to one of my defaults. The first time you set up your card and sync it, it'll give you a nice little video explaining how to use the Stratos card itself, and you're good to go. Once you've kind of made your selections in the app, all you have to do is double tap the card, and it'll sync back to your phone, and any updates that you've done will show up. If I want to switch back to my default cards, I can go ahead and choose right here, choose my Amex to go back to default, double tap my card again, and it'll sync and update with my phone. Now let's take a look in the settings on the Stratos app itself. So we have a few different options here, including the use of Touch ID. We can change the card color to match the card that you've got. You can change your account information, passwords, reset your card, or turn on card lockdown. Now my main problem with this is all it does is if the card leaves the Bluetooth distance of your phone, it'll automatically lock the card down and make it unable to be used. Problem is, if you do this on purpose, if you leave your phone at home, want to go for a run and go get something and you have card lockdown turned on, there's no way to use your card. There's no backup like passcode like there is using the coin. One nice feature that Stratos has is if you tap on the counter next to your phone, it'll pull up which cards you have loaded right on the screen. This is also supposed to be location aware. So for instance, if you're at a Macy's, you always use your Macy's card at Macy's, it can prompt you to put that Macy's card into that priority spot and use it right away. Same thing with a Starbucks or a Sam's Club card. So let's take a look at the pros and cons of the Stratos card. First, let's look at the pros. Location-based card suggestions make it very easy to overcome that 3-card limit. It looks very unassuming and not like a gadget like the coin. You get a new card every single year with any new stuff they added to it, as well as Track 1 data improves compatibility over coin and others. Now let's take a look at the cons. It's very expensive. Considering it's a 1-year membership fee at a time with $99 a year, even though you get a new card, it's still very pricey compared to others in the market. There's no passcode protection on the card, so if you turn on lockdown, you're screwed if you lose your phone. Only holds 3 cards at a time, including that spot compared to the plastic or the swipe or coin, and there's no screen or barcode support, so you can't use it as a membership card at like Giant Eagle where they have a barcode to scan. If you have any questions at all, throw them up in the comments, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.